I believe sincerely that we're making good progress. And he talked about consistency. I believe also that if at the time Galamsey became Galamsey, when it started threatening our water bodies, threatening lives, threatening livelihoods, and all the things we were suffering, if we all took it as serious as it is today, maybe we would have made some good progress. I do not believe that Galamsey will be solved overnight. I also don't believe that it will be an event. I believe that it's a process, and we all know that it's a process, and it's going to take some urgent, consistent, persistent, and political will to prosecute some of these issues. Rather than denying the possibility, rather than denying the truth of Galamsey, we should be confronting it frontally. I don't know why people will want to read meanings into the president's meeting of the CSOs at the same time what is coming up now. And I stated last week when we came on the show that the president's meeting with the CSO was one, to solicit their views, two, to communicate what is being done, three, what will be done, and then also finally to indicate that some areas have been designated as security zones. And therefore, even if you are a media person going to such areas, you will need some legitimate permission in order to go into some of those areas. And so the president has walked the talk, in my view. As for Wontumi's case about going to court, it's been an ongoing matter. The AG only decided to go to court at this time. In fact, the AG actually communicated when they will be going to court on Wontumi's matter before the president even met the CSO. So it cannot be a coincidence. It can only be a coincidence that some of these things are happening at this time. Last week on this same show, there were questions about, oh, we promised that you're going to go for high-profile, you know, kingpins in the industry and all that. Why are you not going for them and all that? I don't know who is a high-profile or kingpin. I only know that there are major Galamsey and illegal miners, and then there are also minor ones like those young ones with the artisanal, you know, using their hands and all that. And there are people who also have concessions legitimately, who are also abusing the terms of the agreement or the terms of their lease or the terms of, you know, the permits they have. And one of those happened to be the MPP former Ashanti, currently still at post, Ashanti Regional Chairman. Unfortunate to say, but it is what it is. The law has no respect for persons and your status and all that. We have been in this country where a former president of the republic was hounded and asked to report to the BNI in Yoko and all that. So it cannot be the case that somebody is bigger than the law and therefore must be treated separately or with a different, you know, approach and all that. We've had former ministers go to BNI, Yoko. We've had them go to court. I mean, Kesela Forsen has been in court and all that and all that. So I'm not seeing this as any attempt to shut mouths or to shut opposition and all that. It is actually the plan of government that some of these things are prosecuted to serve as deterrent, to also serve as a signal to those who are intending, who think that they have political will. Now, even if, and I've also had accusations saying that NDC people are involved in Galamsey and all that, we won't be in power forever. And that is the truth. NDC may not be in power forever, and therefore the wheels of justice, they say, grind slowly. If anybody is found and you think that we are shielding them, it's just a matter of time. The day of reckoning will come, and some of these people will have to give account of you know, their stewardship or otherwise while in government. And so I'm very particularly excited about this. The 9 months arrest and all that is good for our country. I have always stated that Galamsey is not something you should plan too much ahead when you want to do an operation. It must be spontaneous, it must be without notice, and it must also be forceful. And if we can manage information well security-wise, some of these things would have stopped. But you see, if you communicate, oh, tomorrow we are going to be in Western region, are we fools? If I'm in Galamsey to wait for you to come and meet me, we would have even packed our things, even dug a hole, cover it up, and then walk out of the place. Then when you are out, we go back in. It should be spontaneous, and it should be based on good tip-offs and then security alignment in all this matter. So good progress is being made in the Western region. I'm happy that some of these things are happening. we need to replicate this. And I have also stated that because we are confronting Galamsey at I always use the word global, but not global, at a national level, sometimes we get overwhelmed. How many security officers do you really have to deploy? How many police officers do you really have to deploy? How many equipment do you really have to deploy to all this area? And you're talking about some 43 major Galamsey areas in this country. And if you're even deploying, say, 100 of them, you're talking about 4,300 on the go for military alone. And then where the logistics of car, of their feeding, of their place to stay, and all that, it will take some work. And I've always stated that one of the ways I think, in my view, is that whilst the Galamsey fight is going on in some areas, intensify it in the pilot areas, like half of the 43. Let's intensify those. Let's reclaim that. Let's get that on course, and then replicate that in the other place. Some useful lessons. Some useful lessons would have been learned by that. The learning curve would have been sharper for all of us if you use that approach, and then you replicate that from the lessons you have learned in the first place in the other places. Again, the places where Galamsey is ongoing are not static. People think that, oh, because let's say it is ChannelOne here, and so ChannelOne here, we've stopped and that's the end. Virtually almost the whole area of Tesano, you are located in Tesano, maybe a Galamsey site. However, the illegal activity is going on only here. You catch them here, they go to the other place. Right. Because it's illegal. They don't need permit to go to the next place. So it looks as though it seems to be one event that you tackle here and then it appears on the other side. That is why there's a need to declare the state of emergency, as the president said that. He's considering it. The Attorney General has given advice. The security officers have also given advice. It will be the last option. And so it means that it's being considered. People have raised questions about repeal the LI, repeal the LI, repeal the LI. Let me today try to explain some of these things clearly. It's good to repeal the LI. But you see, you cannot live in a vacuum. When we repeal an LI, all the people who got mining concessions from when the LI was introduced in 2020, what? 2020, what? 21.
The LI was, I think, 2018. 2022.
2022, yes. Yeah,
the LI 2462.
Yes.
Yes, 2022.
At the time he became presidential staffer.
No,
that's the time you became presidential staffer. So that no, he was actually in charge of local government.
If you knew,
so he made the LI.
No, I mean today they are calling.
Was the chairman.
Today they are calling. They are calling. No, he became presidential staffer in charge of local government. Today people are making phone calls. People are making calling for the local government.
You had MPs who had oversight.
Can I make?
It was actually in 2022.
Yes, I said it. So you move on. I made it. I said that already. So in 2022, at the time when we hit the height of Galamsey, I mean, today people are calling, and the reason I made that reference, people are calling for the MMDCs to be responsible, and that is to be part of the KPI. That is their measuring standards. And that's why I just brought that on the side. So the LI, in repeal of the LI, one of the things that will happen if you repeal the LI without a replacement or without provision for those who have it legally, will mean that there will be a huge loss to the state. What is that loss? There will be judgment debts because you give me a license and all of a sudden you say, and I have invested. Would you pay me back?
You know hold on. You know this before you put it in your 120 days social contract.
Hold on. So to do that, you need a replacement. You repeal, and then there's an immediate replacement, so that those who got concessions, even under, legitimately under the old one, can continue to be in business. This is where the issue is. It doesn't take overnight to introduce a new bill in Parliament. It doesn't. Hold on.
The challenge here is that you listen to me. So the expectation was that you would have come prepared.
Can you listen to me? I'm making my point.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Is it not better late than never?
It is.
I mean, what about the one who introduced it? You are not concerned about the one who introduced it in 2022 and left power in 2024. You are not concerned about that. You're only concerned about you're only concerned about the 8 months. You are concerned about the 8 months in office when it was not done. Even within that 8 months, how many of those months did Parliament sit? So please, let's be real with some of these assumptions that we make.
But the real question is, you knew this before you made the promise.
But is it happening? Has the Attorney General stated that it's happening? Yes or no?
Has it happened?
It will take an event to happen.
Put it in a 120-day social contract.
Will it happen at all? Are there steps for it to happen? Are you only interested in the fact that it hasn't happened yesterday, so it means it won't happen? Or you are interested in the progress?
How long will it take to happen?
But the Attorney General has already stated that when Parliament resumes, they would lay it back and then it's sorted. I don't think this is a problem. You see, the challenge is not even about the LI. And I think that is where we need to face it. Are you telling me that the people who are doing the thing illegally were people who had licenses? If that's the case, like the Akonta mining case, then we have a legitimate cause. But to assume that the people who got licenses and that the LI are the people who are mining illegally or mining wrongly, then we should be blaming the MPP.
So wait, did I mean? I'm from the mountains. I don't know Gov't.
Blaming the MPP.
It's okay.
So I think we are making some good progress.
It's okay.
Like in the Frimpong Boating report, one of the recommendations he made, which I buy into much, he said that we must depoliticize the fight against Galamsey.
That I agree.
It's true. So let's not go into the tangent of, oh, it was MPP, it was NDC, whoever. At the end of the day, our country is on the brink. At the end of the day, livelihoods are lost. At the end of the day, lives are at stake. At the end of the day, diseases, which we haven't seen yet,
which do not know MPP or NDC.
Yeah, we're beginning to see people born with deformities out of this Galamsey. How long are we going to be having the debate about you should have repealed it, you didn't repeal it, you should have done this, you didn't do that? I mean, then sometimes we are told that we should go for the Kingpins. When we go for the Kingpins, they say it's a coincidence. They say, oh, it cannot be a coincidence. They say, oh, we are doing politics.
So they should stop complaining and allow you to work.
Allow us to work. And we are working. Sure.
Very well, Wonder. Thank you.
He knows that very well.
Dennis, why are you clapping?
He's very excited.
I'm tired for him.